Yo, guys, what is up? It's your boy, Mitchell Brown, or just Mitchell. As y'all can see, my co-host over there, he's not here today. He's doing some work behind the scenes, not only for the podcast, but for himself. But don't worry, he'll be here next week, I believe. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a banger. This week, I know I told y'all last week we were gonna do our movies we were excited for in July, but because he's not here, I decided to change of plans, and we'll just do uh because the following week we were supposed to do our top 10 movies of the year, both for our list, but I decided not only to make that episode shorter, but to also allow both of us to speak more on our movies. Um, I decided to split up the list, man. So it's gonna be this week is gonna be my list. Next week is gonna be his list, and that might be the end of season 2. Nah, I'm joking. No, it won't. But yeah, we have plenty of things coming. So first of all, to start off, we're gonna start off with some trailers. This won't be a long episode since it's a solo episode. This won't be a long episode. So yeah, we're just gonna start off with some trailers. After the trailers, we're going straight into um my top 10 list, and then I guess we can end it with some stuff I've watched. Some of the stuff I've watched will be on the top 10 list. I guess that's a spoiler, but who really cares? Starting off with the first trailer I would like to talk about, which is the Chainsaw Man official trailer. The second one just got released. It is supposed to be it's supposed to be the assassination arc, and if you've never seen Chainsaw Man, this is one of the best arcs in the show, in the manga, I mean. And it's gonna be really fun, really bloody, and very weird if you're not used to Chainsaw Man already. If you've watched the first season and if you've seen the movie, you should be used to this already. But it's gonna be really weird. This is actually a series, not a series, a season. It is not going to be a movie, so yeah, I'm excited for that. I believe this is coming out next year. So we got plenty of time to wait. And if you're not a Chainsaw Man fan, you got plenty of time to catch up. Next thing I want to talk about is Jujutsu Kaisen Calling Games Part 2. I didn't say this on the podcast because I didn't have a podcast back then, but this arc is is the best arc in Chainsaw Man. In my opinion, at least, it's the best arc in Chainsaw Man, and also in my opinion, um, it's the most like fun arc in Chainsaw Man. This like if you've never seen Chainsaw Man, you've never watched Chainsaw Man. I don't know why I'm saying Chainsaw Man. My bad. Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know if I was saying it. Jujutsu Kaisen: Colon Games Part 2. Jujutsu Kaisen. My bad. If you've never watched Jujutsu Kaisen, I don't know how. We talked about this plenty times before. One of my co-hosts said it. It's the best anime, of this era so far. So if you're not watching it, I seriously don't know what you're doing. Colon Games is just like a battle royale boxing. Like it's just pure action. There is obviously a story, but it's just pure boxing, bro. I'm just gonna be real. There's not really that much talking. If you're not there for the talking, you just want to see some beautiful animations, some crazy fights. Watch it. Part one was amazing. Um, really ended off with a bang. People were saying one of the best animated episodes of all time. Not with just anime, just with anything in general. So and seeing the visuals for this teaser trailer, it wasn't like an official, but for this teaser trailer, this next arc is gonna be crazy. And I've said it plenty of times. If you're not watching the Colon Games, Jujutsu Kaisen, this is the time to at least catch up to watch um JJK, the best, some of the best animation in anime. And if you're sick and tired of watching Invincible for the mid animation, bro, check this out, man. Amazing. Sorry, there's something in my eye. Amazing animation, man. Next thing we're gonna talk about is Clara. Hopefully, I'm saying this right. Clara in the Sun. It's this movie. It's a movie. I believe it's coming out later in fall. Um, this movie is pretty much this, at least the vibe I got from the trailer. This family is looking to get like a robot or an AI companion that's supposed to be, I guess, to help the family, or it's mainly to help the daughter. The vibe I got was to help the daughter mainly, but it's probably going to help the family in the movie. And um sorry, I blinked out. Sorry, my bad, I blinked out. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much the premise of the trailer I got. It doesn't seem like the cliche. It's still cliche because we're seeing a lot of AI and robots of stuff like that movies nowadays, but it doesn't seem like the cliche AI robot movie. Not the that was not the vibe I got from it. From where it's the AI is going to turn evil, or the AI is evil, and it's just like playing these humans from the start. It really just seems like it's an AI that's actually friendly and trying to. The AI is like bad, by the way. Like it's a very outdated AI compared to the other ones. So it seems like it's going to be one that's like learning, I guess, what it is to be human. I don't really know, but this trailer seemed pretty decent. Didn't seem like a bad trailer. And yeah, it's called Clara and the New Sun. Something I have been noticing a lot in movies nowadays, especially like going further down the time, it does seem like a lot of movies are moving away from the cliche AI is bad, AI, you know what I'm saying, or monsters and stuff like that. And it does seem like a lot of movies are trying to like show the good of AI, I guess, and not to scare people from the bad that can happen if, you know what I'm saying, if people aren't handling it in the right way. Um, just to touch on this a little bit, Google and A24 have made a contribution of they are trying to use AI in film as a tool. I have some things I want to talk about on that topic, but I'm going to wait um, until next week to talk about it more with my co-host Ray. If you don't know what A24 is, A24 is a movie studio, I'm pretty sure. And it created movies like Marty Supreme, The Backrooms, a movie that just came out, and that the director of the movie was literally pretty much the creator of the movie, was just hammering on how much he dislikes AI and he doesn't think it should ever be used in films. And now the movie company that he is working under is now partnering with Google to have AI as a tool to help create movies. But anyways, but yeah, movies like that, you know what I'm saying? Marty Supreme, The Backrooms, The Drama, uh, Civil War. I don't know why I'm naming all their movies, but you know what I'm saying? Movies like that to where now the company is deciding to look deeper into that, and it will be an interesting topic to talk about next week with my co-host because as you guys know, he loves AI and he's the biggest fan of it, so I really want to hear his opinions on that topic. The next thing I want to talk about is an A24 movie called The Debut. The Pretty much this movie was this girl, I assume is not this girl, but this lady, I presume is trying to get into a musical, and she's never like performed on stage or anything like that. And the entire time she's just, I guess, trying to get used to that. And that's the vibe I got. I believe it is also a musical. I think it's releasing later this year. I don't know when, but I think it's releasing later this year. It's called The Debut. As a lot of A24 trailers, excuse me, a lot of A24 trailers are, it's really hard to get the vibe from what I think this movie is. But it also, because it was also 2 minutes, I believe, it also was able to uh, help me visualize where this story is going. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, The Debut, good story, not good story, good trailer, my bad. And yeah, I really should honestly start editing out these mistakes. But anyways, the next thing, Batman Caped Crusader season 2. I've never seen Batman Caped Crusader at all season 1. Let me know if I should check it out. And yeah, that's all I really got to say. Sorry if I was just lagging there or if it looked like I was lagging, but that's honestly really I have much I have to say. The trailer did look pretty good. It's Batman at the end of the day, so I don't expect bad when I'm seeing Batman. So it looked pretty good. I really did like the animation vibe that they were going for. Amazon, man, they're stepping up their catalog when it comes to movies and TV shows, man. So that's something I'm definitely very happy to see and looking forward to seeing the future with the more projects like the Fallout, not the Fallout, but Fallout and um Invincible and other things like that. So yeah, Prime, even though there's something that's like a little iffy, behind the scenes that we will talk about next episode also, but I really am excited. Not excited, but I really might watch this, you know what I'm saying, if people say it's good. So yeah, Batman the Caped, not the Caped, but Batman Caped Crusader season 2. Yeah, it's coming out next month, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's July 31st, I believe, but I might be wrong. And there was one more trailer that I forgot to watch, so I won't really talk about it. But well, not one more. There's two more trailers, but this one I forgot to watch. It's called A Sense and Sensibility. So if you want to check that one out, check it out, and I will talk about that next episode. My bad. I literally have it here in my notes, but I forgot to check it out. I guess I didn't have to bring it up. But anyways, the next one I want to talk about is the last one, the One Piece official teaser trailer by Netflix. If you guys didn't know this, we've talked about this plenty of times, I'm pretty sure, on our podcast. And we've said this plenty of times. One Piece is the best. Well, I've said this. My co-host doesn't always agree, but One Piece is the best fictional story of all time. Beats out Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, any superhero film, not any superhero film, any movie. Obviously, it beats out any superhero film, but any movie I've ever seen, it's the greatest fiction of all time. Has literally everything you want in a story. Um, so yeah, definitely check out One Piece. But anyways, this is a teaser trailer, and if you don't know what the One Piece is, I guess I can just explain it to you quickly right now. Um, it's supposed to be a not a I guess it is kind of like a reboot, but it's taking the One Piece story that is going on still to this day, and it is going to be starting from the beginning with brand new animation, brand new pacing. That's what they're saying. And yeah, it's going to be following the same story though of what we are currently watching, One Piece. And it's supposed to be fat. Also, like I said, obviously by pacing, if you don't know what I mean, it's supposed to be faster paced compared to the original. Um, the teaser trailer was about Romance Dawn, and the things I saw said that it's supposed to be the first episode is supposed to be about 40 something minutes. So I'm guessing they're trying to cover the entirety of Romance Dawn in one season. I mean, in one episode, which you can do. It's not really that long of an arc. Um, and yeah, but I believe also this season, it's not just Romance Dawn. This season of the One Piece is supposed to cover the entire East Blue saga, I believe. So yeah, if you're not a One Piece fan, I honestly don't know what your excuse is at this point. Like, there's a live action that is pretty fast paced, that is pretty good, and if you don't like cartoons, you can just watch that. Now there is the actual One Piece original that you can watch, which is still amazing and still holds up to this day. I understand people have TikTok brain and a lot of brain rot, so it's hard for you to pay attention and understand what's when something's good. But this is something that is good, man. And like I said, if you have TikTok brain and brain rot, now they're also releasing another thing called the One Piece, which is pretty much to help you brain rotted folks or you people who say it's too long, I don't want to catch up. It's too long, it's probably not even worth it. It's too long. and the animation looks weird. Like, I don't know, people just make any excuse just to not watch greatness, man. So that's why I'm just saying, check out the One Piece. I believe it's coming out next year, February. So we have plenty of times. Plenty of times. Y'all have plenty of time. I'm already caught up. Y'all have plenty of time to try to check out any version of One Piece before this airs, or just wait, man, and enjoy the ride, man. That is the end of all the trailers I have to talk about today. I'm not gonna rename them all, but you can check them all out. If you don't remember, there will probably be chapters of each trailer I talked about below. If there isn't, my bad, guys. But anyways, we're gonna start the top 10 list of movies for 2026, man. I'm really excited by this, but at the same time, I don't know if I should be too excited. I guess the other thing, oh, these things not working. Dang, this is when I wish I would have a co-host right about now. Trying to share my screen. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna have to probably show y'all some of it. If you see some of it, whatever, who cares? My bad. But let me just click on share screen. Right there. Yeah, you're probably gonna see some of it. Just close your eyes for like 3 seconds, guys. Don't worry. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Okay, wait. Okay, let me stop sharing for 2 seconds. My bad, guys. Hold out on me. Don't worry though. Don't worry though, guys. I will edit this all out. Okay, don't worry. Y'all can trust me. I'll edit this all out. Okay, trust me. Trust me. Okay. If y'all saw the top 10, just act like you didn't see it. Okay. Um. Okay, we're ready. And here we go, man. This is my top 10. Sorry, I had to swallow. This is my top 10 movies. For so far, by the way, we will do another one. The reason why we're doing this is because 6 months have passed. I guess when y'all are seeing this, it will probably still be June, but pretty much 6 months has passed. I've pretty much watched all movies I wanted to see this month. And so, yeah, y'all are going to see this list, and then y'all see the official list in December if we're still alive. So yeah, start off. I'm gonna go straight into it, man. First one, as y'all can see, is the Power Ballad. I talked about this movie before, and not gonna stay too long on this, but I talked about this movie before, and it's pretty much about this dude, as y'all can see, Paul Rudd, trying to not find his purpose, but feeling like he's lost, you know what I'm saying, after all these years of being with his family and not chasing his dreams. But then eventually he realizes that he's fine where he's at with his family or whatnot. But Nick Jonas is like, I guess you could say the villain, not really, but I guess you could say the villain of this movie, when Nick Jonas steals a song of his that he played for him, and pretty much the entire time he's just trying to get Nick Jonas to admit to it, and Nick Jonas doesn't admit to it, I guess, and he's just looking crazy the entire movie. Talked about it before. It's a very somber movie with a lot of good music. It's kind of like a musical, but I wouldn't really say so. They don't really, like, they have moments where they're singing, but it's like probably like 3 to 4 times. They're not really like singing that much throughout this movie. But even if, you know what I'm saying, you want to listen to the songs, they're good songs. If you don't want to watch this movie because of the songs, like I said, they're not that long. It's not that many. So definitely I would recommend check it out. And it's a pretty fun watch. So Yeah, check out Power Ballad. It came out this month, but no, it came out last month. But I believe, actually, I don't know if it's on streaming yet, but I believe you can probably find it somewhere to watch it, whether it's in the theaters or I believe it is probably somewhere on streaming. Probably you can rent it out on Amazon. The next movie I want to talk about is GOAT. This one I know is on streaming. It's on Netflix, I believe. And yeah, it was a really surprising movie for me when I first checked it out. I really liked the character, the main character, can't remember his name, but the GOAT, as y'all can see in the picture. I really liked him as a character, and really the whole story element of it doesn't matter whether you're a giraffe or a snail. I mean, I don't think there are any snails in this movie, but the point is, it doesn't matter whether you are big or small. It doesn't matter whether you are loud or quiet. You can still stand out and make it to where you want to make it with enough hard work, man, dedication, and I'm sorry if y'all can hear this jet, but and also luck. So yeah, man, Go is a great movie. Definitely recommend to watch it with your family. If you don't want to, or if you don't have a family, even watch it by yourself. It's still a great film. And if you like basketball, I definitely recommend to watch it because there's a lot of references with basketball in it. If you're a basketball fan, that you could notice. The next thing, the last one for my honorable mentions is The Devil Wears Prada 2. Talked about this movie, about how I said it before and I'll say it again. I like this movie more than the first one, just by a little bit, not by that too much, just by a little bit. And I really do think that the first half of this movie is decent, but the second half is really when it starts to pick up, and it's really honestly the reason why it's not on my top 10 list is because of the first half of the movie. It just felt like a lot of the same things were happening from the first movie. But I like how they talked about um things with how social media has changed the fashion game. I really do like the the main four, my bad, brother. The main four actors really do still kill it and still are able to pull off these roles, um, just how it was when I watched the original. So, yeah, great film. I believe The Devil Wears Prada 2 is either coming to streaming next month on Disney Plus, or it already has been released. But just to play it safe, I'm gonna say it's coming to streaming next month on Disney Plus. So, or Hulu, if you want to check it out. If you want to check out any three of these movies, look them up, brother. I'm pretty sure you can find them. So yeah, those are my honorable mentions. And let's just get into my top 10, man. First one is, why is it not going? What's going on? Exit that, bro. What's going on? Okay, my bad. I don't know what was going on. First one is the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I know. A lot of you probably hated this movie. And by the way, a little, I guess, a little small tangent. I didn't get a new camera like for my setup or whatever, but I'm actually using my phone. I found out you can use your phone as a webcam, guys. Well, I knew you could, but I found out how to do it. Let me say that. So I'm using my phone. Let me know if this is better, or let me know if y'all want me to go back to the trash one. Okay, let me know down below. But yeah, and the only reason I brought that up is just in case if it falls, because right now it's literally, I have it pretty much hanging by a rope, if you know what I'm saying. So if it falls, it's gonna fall, bro. I'm not putting it back up. But anyways, the next thing I have to say, next one I want to talk about is the Super Mario Galaxy movie. This movie, it was a good movie, man. I don't care what anyone says. I really did like um all the cameos we got. I liked all the. I wish there were more cameos, and I wish we saw some of these cameos longer. But at the end of the day, this is a kids movie. I'm not gonna expect too much from it. It was great. I loved it. I said this when I was talking about it with one of my homeboys, Thomas. The scene when they're at Bowser's castle on that little planet. I don't know if y'all can see it on the poster, but that little green planet right there in the background. When they are on that planet in the scene where Bowser Jr. is like pretty much doing a Mario Maker reference to Mario Maker the game. That was just, it was peak, man. It was so peak watching Daisy and Mario go through uh that scene. The animation still holds up to this day. We already know we're getting another Mario movie. Hopefully it's like better than at least this one, but who knows? I loved Bowser Jr. as the villain, and yeah, my only reason why it's lower on my list and the things I did not like about it is Rosalina felt like she was in the movie for 3 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like I did not like that she was in the movie for such a short time. Uh, I enjoyed I enjoyed seeing Mario and Peach and the gang splitting up. Well, maybe just Mario and Peach, but them splitting up and going to go doing their own things. I like seeing the cool choreography fight with Peach, but it was just Mario hanging out with Bowser and then trying to like get to Peach and going to these other planets. It's just, it didn't feel like a galaxy. Really, it felt like, well, it did feel like a galaxy, but it felt like a rushed through the galaxy. It didn't really feel that big. It didn't feel like a galaxy. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe they could have held off on Galaxy and just made a Super Mario World movie or something. I don't know, but it just didn't feel big, and that's what I was expecting for a Galaxy movie. And yeah, also I didn't like Nice Bowser, bro. Just keep him evil, bro. Just keep him evil. That's how I like to see my boy Bowser. I like to see him hoeing people. So keep my boy Bowser evil, man. So that's why I loved when Bowser Jr. and his son teamed up uh throughout at the end of the movie. Really great and really a fun watch. So if you haven't seen Super Mario Galaxy movie, I don't know if it's on streaming. I actually have no idea, but y'all can look this up probably. Y'all can find it out. My bad. I guess I should have had these things written down. But yeah, y'all can look this up. I believe if you can't find it anywhere, just look on Amazon. You can probably rent it, or even on YouTube. I found out you can rent movies there. Next thing that's on the list is Masters of the Universe for my number 9 and my number 10. My bad. Let me start actually saying the numbers. I forgot people don't watch my YouTube. So, for the, what is it called? Audio listeners only. Number 10 was Super Mario Galaxy. I think I made that really clear. And then number 9 is Masters of the Universe, tied with Supergirl. I know. Tying is a bailout. I know, I get it. But this is my list so far. It was really hard to make these decisions. Plus, I just watched that movie literally last night. So, um, I already made this list before, and I just wanted to put it in because I think it deserves to be here. And definitely, when I make the final list, when me and Ray talk about our final list at the end of this year, there aren't going to be no ties. We're not having no bailout. There will be no ties. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So if anyone is like, what's the tie? There are no ties. Okay, you know what I'm saying? There will be no ties. This is only a tie for so far. So if Ray checks out this episode, which y'all know my co-host, he checks out every episode after we record, man. We both do. So y'all know he's gonna check this one out, right, guys? But if he checks this out, you can do a tie, I guess, or I just text him this. And yeah, but when we do the final list, there will be no ties. Masters of the Universe, I talked about this movie already, a movie that actually surprised me. I was expecting, it was like Dungeons and Dragons, but I was expecting way worse of Dungeons and Dragons. And Dungeons and Dragon it was a decent movie. Like same thing with this one. Both of them were both decent movies. There weren't any movies where I was like, "Oh my god, this movie's amazing!" Like, no, bro. They were both good, decent movies. I had a fun time watching both movies. I had a great time watching Dungeons and Dragons. I fell asleep in that theater like 3 times, man. But this movie was really, really, really surprising. I understand a lot of people don't like when he's in the human world, and yeah, I guess that part is a little bad, and there's really not a lot of stuff that are explained. Like he ends up going to school, but he doesn't even have parents in that world. So I don't know how he gets enrolled in school. I don't know how any of that stuff happens, but who freaking cares, man? Excuse me, because that's not what really matters. He-Man, I believe that's his brother's name. Um, Excuse me again, my bad. He he's just awesome in this movie, man. He does a good job. The other side characters are pretty funny, honestly, and do a pretty good job there too. But Skeletor, I'm honestly messing out on this dude's name right now. This one, I wish my co-host was here. But Skeletor, um, he did an amazing job in his role as Skeletor, and I really do believe that we're not probably going to get another one. So I was thinking of the right words to say. We're probably not going to get another one of these movies, but it's a fun movie that I don't think is on streaming yet. But when it comes out on streaming, definitely a movie I would watch with the family. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fun movie. This is just a fun movie. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, I need to stop saying that. But this is just a fun movie to check out with the fam. And yeah, I believe it's still in theaters if you want to check it out. But if you don't want to, you just want to wait, why not wait? Next one, Supergirl. Actually, don't wait. Go to the theaters, man. Supergirl is the next one. Still tied for number 9, but next one I'm going to talk about. Um, I'm just going to get this out the way right now. It is a good movie, okay? There were a lot of people hating on it. We talked about it, voice crack. There was a lot of people hating on it. We talked about it last week. When we were talking about movies or whatever. But this movie's not bad, bro. It's actually a good movie. When it comes to the DCU, so far, it's still good. Okay, we have Peacemaker, we have Superman, and now we have Supergirl. Okay, is this the movie I would have wanted to see next after Superman? No, but it's better we have had. It's better we gotten it now than 10 years later down the line we get a Black Widow movie after the character's dead. You know what I'm saying? It's better we get it now than getting it way later than if did we even need a movie at that point. So it's better we got it now. I like, oh my god, I forgot her name right now. But I forgot the main role who was playing Supergirl. I'm not even gonna even guess to say her name because I know I'm really blanking out. I'm pretty sure her last name is like Alcock or something, but I can't remember her first name. But she kills it as Supergirl, does amazing in her role with what she is given, and the emotional moments. This is a different movie compared to Superman. I would say it's more like a Thunderbolts, where it is more of an emotional superhero film. Um, Even like Guardians of the Galaxy 3, where it's like Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is able to balance emotional and what's the other thing? Comedian, but not comedian, being funny, being a comedy movie, an action movie. But this movie, it has comedy in it because superhero movies nowadays all have to have comedy for some reason. But this movie is definitely not something. If y'all were expecting Superman, if y'all were expecting Spider-Man Brand New Day, I don't know who the frick was expecting those two things, but if y'all were expecting that, simmer down your expectations. Go into this movie and just go into it with an open mind, man. It's such a great story that I really do feel like there were just things that I'm gonna get into the negatives. There were just things that the director, which is my biggest negative of this movie, just did not land with. I think his name is Craig Gillespie. If I said his name wrong, y'all been watching this podcast for too long. I'm gonna butcher people's names, man, and I'm sorry to your people in the real life, but I'm sorry, man. But yeah, Craig Gillespie. Pretty sure I'm probably saying his name wrong, but whatever. He, in my opinion, is not the director for this movie. I have never seen which this is based off of the Supergirl comic, Woman of Tomorrow, I believe that's what it's called. And I hear so many good things about it, how bold it is, how colorful it is, how great of a story it is, how this Supergirl is like one of their best versions of Supergirls they have in recent times. And I think her name is Millie. So Millie or Supergirl, Kara Zor-El or however you say it. Um, she does a great job with, you know what I'm saying, with everything she's given and as Supergirl. But the issue is, and even the other side characters, by the way, I forgot, but the other girl, if y'all can see her in that bottom right, I believe, corner, and Loba, Loba, Lobo, my bad. Sorry, I was thinking about Apex, but Lobo, he he does a good job too with what they're all given, but this doesn't feel like it could have been a bigger movie, and I really just feel like the director didn't wasn't trying to do that. You know, I really don't feel like it was that, whether it was with some of the action scenes, which I hate this in current, I not even current in current movies, but I just hate this in action movies in general. I hate when I hate when the lighting is bad, okay? And that's why I loved Superman so much, because it was such a colorful movie. And even people talking about this movie, Supergirl, the comics are so colorful, so many different hues and contrasts and other art terminology that I'm forgetting, but so much in this movie, I mean, in the comics, that when I went to go watch the movie, it felt like I was like watching a freaking Batman movie, my brother. There were some scenes that I was literally getting flashbacks of Game of Thrones, that one horrid episode in the final season when everything was so dark and and I could barely tell what was going on in some of the scenes. Uh, the editing with some of the fighting choreography just felt off at sometimes. I didn't like that. I don't know if this was also in the comics, so maybe this was in the comics. And I get it. This is super girl. Like, I get it. She's freaking strong. Okay, so they're gonna have to like nerf her constantly and constantly in this movie with the red sun, with the kryptonite, with the BS. But I just did not like um her being nerfed a lot of the time. I didn't mind it in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really care because she was already there, like she was already at a planet with a red sun. I didn't really care, but it was just more as it went on. I was just like, bruh, I'm sick and tired of seeing her like getting nerfed, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, the ending of the movie, like the last, I guess, I'm blanking out on my words right now, but the last, I guess I'll just say chapter, the last act of the movie, where she comes in wearing her Supergirl suit, which is something else I didn't like. I wish she was wearing her Supergirl suit more throughout the film. Obviously, I understand why, voice crack. I understand why she didn't, but that was just something. By the way, these are like kind of heavy spoilers, not really, but kind of. And yeah, but there's more I didn't like. I wish we could have seen a little bit more with Lobo and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna go too deep on it because I really do, like I said at the beginning, I really do think people should check out this movie. It is a still fun, great super hero movie, and no, it's not as bad as like Ant-Man, Quantumania, or the Marvels, or even Captain Marvel. And that movie ain't even like horrid, but it ain't bad in my opinion. This is an above average superhero movie, like right there with the Thunderbolts and what's the other movie? Fantastic Four. Like that's where I would have this in their rankings. A lot of people overrate superhero movies to the max. And that's like, if I'm being completely fair, that's where I would have it. Like A tier is where I would put like Black Panther 2s and the Winter Soldiers and movies of that nature. But this is like right below there, right at B tier, an above average superhero movie that I really do think people should check out. Um, sorry, I blanked out. But yeah, that's my number 9 on my freaking list. Um, next one is God Is. I believe I talked about this movie on I think it was either the solo episode I did by myself. I honestly don't remember. But I know for a fact I talked about this movie on here. I just don't remember uh at which point. But anyways, is a great revenge story. Pretty much the two main girls that are on the cover of the poster cover of the this movie are trying to get revenge on their dad, which their dad is forgot his freaking name, but his dad is right there, the dude that's in the bottom right, not the dude that's in the top right, but their dad is pretty much the a very very horrible man who I don't know if y'all can tell by this in the poster of the movie, but he pretty much burns his wife, not his wife. Actually, no, his wife does get burned, but he pretty much burns his wife and his two kids um in a house burn, all because the mom put a restraining order on him. Like that was literally it. And pretty throughout this movie they're trying to find him, and they're meeting up with people that he's also done dirty. He's had a kid with this one girl who was like a very religious woman. He had a kid with her and then ditched them and said he'll be back. And the entire time she's just been waiting for him, saying he's gonna come back. He doesn't come back, guys. And then that dude up there, he beats up that dude because he was his lawyer. And like that part is just hilarious, to be honest. And then my bad. And the movie is really just a really good dark comedy that blends everything very well. The two main lead female roles both kill it, and yes, there are twists in this movie's a great twist in this movie, and the ending is so golly, man, you stupid freaking Jets. There is so many satisfying. I'm sorry if I'm crashing out. Y'all can't even hear this, bro. But there's so much. There's like 50 of them going on, bro. But sorry, back to the point. Is God is the two main lead female roles. They kill it, and there's so many twists to this movie. Even the ending has a twist that probably I was in the theater once when that twist showed up. I sat up in my chair and I was like, no way, no way, no way. But then I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, it was a good, great original film that definitely has a great story, and I 1,000% recommend to watch this. Another movie that is out on streaming. Don't ask me where. Just go to Amazon or go to YouTube and search up Is God It. Oh my God, voice crack. Search up Is God Is so you can rent this out or buy it. Who really cares? And have a great blast watching this movie with. Even you can watch this with your family if you want. I mean, there's a lot of crazy scenes in it that I won't recommend. But you know what I'm saying? If you're that type of parent, you don't care about the crazy scenes, watch it with your family, man. Next movies I have to talk about is They Will Kill You slash Toy Story 5. Starting off with They Will Kill You. By the way, I seen a lot of these, like some of these movies I watched last week, but last week, if y'all didn't see that episode, we did not talk about movies we watched. I was so I guess I was just I was so focused on what we were doing in that last week episode, which is a banger episode if y'all haven't seen it. But I was so focused in that I wasn't even thinking about anything else. But anyways, Toy Story 5 slash They Will Kill You is tied for number 7. Now my number 8 was Is God Is. I don't know, remember if I said that. But yeah, for number 7, great, great, great movies. Both of these are great movies. I talked about it. They Will Kill You already before. How it's a great horror movie with great shots. It really reminded me of Kill Bill with some of the shots. Haven't seen Kill Bill, guys, but I've seen some clips and shots and videos of Kill Bill, so that's why I'm just saying. It just reminds me of, oh my God, I can't remember the Quentin Tarantino. I'm pretty sure that is the director behind those movies, but it really just reminded me of a movie that was shot like that. No, this movie was not shot by Quentin Tarantino. It was shot by a smaller director, but he's definitely someone after he's gotten his name out from this movie. I believe he will be doing a lot of other future projects. Really fun camera work. Shout out to the people who worked on that, the cinematography. Uh, very. it's just a fun overall movie with this main girl. If you can see her in the poster, she gets trapped inside this building, and pretty much she goes to the building to find her sister, but she gets trapped inside of it, trapped to where they're trying to sacrifice her because all these people in this building pretty much just don't want to die. They want to live forever. So they're trying to sacrifice her so they can continue living forever. They have this is like a tradition they have to do. And yeah, they're trying to kill her. Like everyone in the building is trying to kill her. Not just and this is like a huge building. Everyone in this building is trying to kill her. This is another movie that is already out that you can find on streaming. Whether you can rent it or probably find it somewhere. But yeah, another one that is out that you can find on streaming. And great film, great choreography. Oh my god, I can't remember the main girl's name right now. Actually, I think it's probably on the poster. Yeah, it is. I don't know why I haven't just been looking at the posters, guys. Hopefully I'm about to say this name right. Zazie Beats, I believe. uh, I'm pretty sure I said her name wrong, but you know what I'm saying? It happens to the best of us. Great movie, man. Great action, great choreography, and it's also kind of it reminds me of like I don't remember what that movie is called. Is it called Isabel? But it was like this vampire ballerina movie. It kind of reminded me of that with the comedy, not like with how the movie is going, but it kind of reminded me of that with the comedy, or even a Ready or Not, that movie. If y'all haven't seen that, with that type of comedy, but great movie. Definitely recommend to check out. And the next is you got Toy Story 5, man. This movie surprised me by actually how good it was. I had extreme low expectations after Toy Story 4. Not a huge fan of it. As y'all know, my co-host over there, so he glazes this movie, bro. Glazes it. You know, not this movie, but Toy Story 4. He glazes it. He's delusional. He says it's the best Toy Story film. He obviously hasn't seen 3, so I don't know what he's talking about. But this movie, y'all can hear my stomach growling. Yeah, y'all know what time is it, man. I'm up early doing these, man. But anyways, 'cause I just blinked out. Toy Story 5 is a great film. I actually would recommend watching this one in theaters. You can wait for it to come on streaming, but brother, that's gonna take like 4 to 5, probably even 6 months. It's gonna be in theaters for a long time. Excuse me. Definitely something I recommend watching in theaters with the fam. Um, Great movie. I really like the direction they went with the toys versus tech. It wasn't like Ooga Booga caveman thinking, toys good, technology bad. Like, no, it actually was pretty, it actually had a pretty good stance on what they were going for. And yeah, I guess this is when I'll get into spoilers if you guys haven't seen it. I guess I'll start saying this for movies going forward. I should have been saying this for all movies. But anyways, spoilers going forward right now. The main lead, I mean, this is not a spoiler, but the main lead in this movie is Jessie. We get to learn more about her backstory. Jessie is like my favorite toy out of all these toys. So I was, out of all of these toys, by the way, my favorite toy out of all of them is the bear from the third movie, Lotso. But anyways, sorry, I don't know why I just had to bring that up. But yeah, Toy Story 5 with Jessie. We get to learn more about her backstory, and yeah, she's pretty much trying to help. My bad, guys. I forgot the girl's name in the background, but if y'all can see her little face in the background, she's trying to help her um make friends in this movie. If y'all have seen Toy Story 4, even if you've seen it, even if you've seen Toy Story 3, because she's there in a little bit of it, she struggles with making friends. She's very alone a lot of the time. And in this movie, she thinks she makes some friends. She meets some people on LilyPad, which is like an iPad on pretty much like these Roblox games. She meets these people, which these people are classmates of her that are in her dance class. So it's not like she meets demons online. There are other kids she meets, and yeah, she tries to hang out with them, but they're not. for her. You know what I'm saying? They're only addicted to the technology. They're only uh caring to play with the technology, and they don't really want to have fun with what she wants to have fun with. And that's when she like starts to realize like she asks her mom, she's like, "Mom, and like, am I a loser? Am I boring?" You know what I'm saying? Or I think she asked her dad. It was one of the two or something she asked. And yeah, they're just like, "No, man, it's just you're different, bro. You're special. You're just built different, man." And she seriously is built different. I what I like in this movie is no, yes, she likes to playing on her lily pad, and she does get drained by it for a little while, but it's mainly because of in the influence of trying to make friends. She believes that this is her only way of making friends, and a lot of kids, they struggle for making friends in school and at jobs. Not even kids, but even adults struggle with this somehow, making friends nowadays. So let me not say somehow, I was joking. But a lot of people struggle with making friends nowadays because of technology. People don't want to be talking to each other. And yeah, some people just already have a group of friends. They don't want to make any more friends like me. So I don't really try to make friends. But other people just they don't they're just like, nah, I'm good, and then they just go online, goon, and freaking make friends that way. But this movie really, its message that I got, because I was just starting rambling. The message that I got in this movie was the best of both worlds was really what they were showing, and it was to, especially you can see it as the movie went on, it was to pay attention to your kids, man. Like I know this is like not grandioso freaking knowledge in 2026, but a lot of parents hit them with the here you go iPad, here you go tablet, and they just hit them with the peace sign meme and they just disappear. You know what I'm saying? Like they barely pay attention to what their kids are doing on these devices, and they don't realize how uh not even social media, but how people they interact with online can just change your child's mind, and even stupid things that they see on YouTube can change your child's mind and really feel try to make them grow up more because other people are like, you're still playing with toys, bro. Sorry, I had to swallow. I'm 10, man. I don't play with toys anymore. Grow up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these friends or other people, you have freaking demons cursing in school and stuff like that, and they just a lot of the time social media and these devices and the people around them that influence them force them, not force them, but makes them grow up faster than probably how a lot of people y'all were raised, and that's really the hard part about technology. But in this movie they're like, yeah, there's a good median balance of toys and tech, and yeah, there's more than just that in this movie. That like I could have went into way more with how much they expended on Jesse's flashback and how great that was, how better Buzz felt in this movie compared to the fourth one, and yeah, other things like that. Woody honestly was here in this movie though. This is the last thing I'll say before I go into the next. Woody was here in this movie, but it really felt like he was like more like a cameo character. Like he was there, but I was just like, brother, why are you here, bro? We don't need you, bro. But yeah, had some funny moments actually in this movie too, and some of the new characters like that. I don't know if y'all can tell what that thing is with the silly hand or behind it, but like that's like a toilet potty toy thing. Those three, the potty toy, the hippopotamus, phone, and the camera tech, all three of those actually pretty good additions to Toy Story. So yeah, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I'm actually a little intrigued in what they're gonna do next. I know I was just saying I don't want to see any more Toy Stories, but yeah, I'm a little intrigued in what they're gonna do next, and who knows, maybe after I watch Shrek 5, I'll feel the exact same way, man. Doubt it. Next one I have to talk about is Hoppers slash Disclosure Day. Okay. This movie Hoppers is so far the best kids movie that has came out this year. Uh, don't even think it's close. I mean, I think what is it called? Toy Story is probably the closest, but still, really, I really wouldn't say anything is close. Hoppers is a good movie that not gonna say surprised me because I had some expectations because of it being Pixar and it was a new story, so I had expectations that it was gonna be good. And yeah, it does live up. It is good. This girl, I don't know if y'all can see her in the background. I think she's in the bottom, not bottom. She's in the top left corner. So yeah, if y'all can see her there, she pretty much gets put her conscious is put inside that beaver that's the bear is holding, and she is trying to get the animals to fight back for their homes. You know, a lot of in these movies, a lot of the time, the freaking not these movies, but the pretty much the in real life, you know, a lot of habitats are getting taken away because of big corporates. They're trying to like have more warehouses and more places to have AI and efficient buildings or whatever. But yeah, this movie was just like, what if the animals fought back for that? And it was actually a pretty good, better than you think premise. This movie is actually out on streaming on Disney Plus now, so you can check it out with your fam if you want, you know. And yeah, it's a really fun movie. I talked about this already, I believe, longer before. So I'm not like I said, the ones I talked about before. I don't want to go too in a deep of a rabbit hole talking about them, but definitely a lot of memorable characters in this one, a lot of funny moments, and yeah, if you haven't seen it, definitely I would recommend to check it out. Next one. I mean, I recommend to check out all these movies, by the way, but yeah, check it out. Check out all these movies if you have the time to. And the next one I want to talk about is Disclosure Day. I watched this movie last week. So, yeah, that's what I have to say there. And the next thing I have to say is it was a good movie. I really liked it actually. Steven Spielberg, I believe, directed this movie. If he didn't, my bad. But maybe his name's on the poster. I don't know, guys. I'm not about to zoom in to look. I have bad eyesight. But Disclosure Day is a great movie, man. A great film. I really, I'm not gonna say it's underrated, but I can understand why some people went into this movie and did not like it. I guess this is like spoilers right now, but before I go deep into spoilers, I will say this: Emily Blunt, if you can kind of see her, she's standing beside that one dude. I can't remember his name. My bad. That was in the movie. But the acting overall in this movie is good. But Emily Blunt is phenomenal in this movie. This is when it comes to best performances of the year so far. This is my second favorite performance. And my first is, I hope I'm saying her name right, Indy from Obsession, the main girl from Obsession. That is my favorite performance, which is crazy. These are, let me not even say that actually, but crazy. Both of them are killing it. Emily Blunt does amazing in her role, and definitely, if you just like to see good acting, that is one of the reasons why I would recommend just to watch this movie. Other than the fact that it's still a good movie, but yeah, um, a very open-ended ending. It ends in a way where I don't think a lot of people were expecting it. I didn't expect it to end either, and yeah, there are some elements where I would say drags a little bit, especially in the beginning. Some elements do drag on a little bit. With I would say them really trying to like get us into this world with the aliens. I really would say some moments drag. Even with that dude in the background, I can't remember his freaking name, but he's pretty much like the villain of the movie. Not the person that's right beside Emily Blunt, but the person behind, like that one old head behind the poster. He's like the villain of this movie, and some moments with him drag, but overall, good paced movie. Um, my also one of my favorite scores of this year, which if you don't know what score is, it's like instrumental. You know what I'm saying? The music in the movie. My second favorite of the year, very, very well. I can't remember the composer that works on the what is it called, the score, but he has worked with Steven Spielberg, I think on all his movies, or at least on most of his movies. And yeah, he does an amazing job with the score. My favorite score is still Project Hail Mary. I love it so much uh in that uh in that movie. But yeah, definitely great music. Okay, now it's time to talk about some spoilers. Some things I would say is, if you're this is an alien movie, but if you're going in this movie expecting to see a whole bunch of aliens, brother, there ain't that many aliens in this movie that you will get to see. You mainly only get to see the aliens at like the last mark of the movie. And is it worth it, the build up to it? Yes, it is worth it. But like I said, because it is very slow paced and there are a lot of parts where I'm just like, dude, does this really need to be needed in the film? It really doesn't feel worth it with how it ends. Okay. Uh Disclosure Day is pretty much, the government has been hiding aliens from us for years. And it's kind of like, the vibe I was getting was kind of, it was like a real story, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was something that's like going on in our world, which, you know, it might be. But that was the vibe that I really had felt going, where Disclosure Day, these two characters in our story, uh Emily Blunt, I already talked about her, and the dude that's standing right beside Emily Blunt, they are pretty much the two characters that are able to communicate with the aliens. Okay, that's all I'll say right then and there. Watch the movie for yourself to get what I'm saying even more. But they're able to communicate with the aliens, and at the end of the day, they want to expose all the bad things the government are doing on these aliens, all the experiments they're doing on the aliens, how much they've been hiding the aliens from the world and making like people seem crazy. All the probing the aliens have done, and even how technological advanced the aliens are, and they are using the technology, and there's just so much stuff in this film that is done great. Like, those are all the stuff that I really like about the movie. And I really do like the once it builds up to the end, where they're like, okay, we gotta expose them, and they're going to expose them. But what doesn't land it for me was, like I said, the ending. It really felt like Backrooms, which, yeah, I'm not gonna tell you whether it's on my list or not. I guess you just have to wait and see. But it really just reminds me of Backrooms, where it was just a very open-ended movie, to where it's like, now you got the juice. You know what I'm saying? You decide what you're gonna do with this information, or you decide how you feel about this information. And like I said, I did like this movie. Like, y'all see how high it is on my list. It's number 6, tied with Hoppers and I almost said Disclosure Day. It is Disclosure Day, but it's up there. And I really do like sorry. I really do like the chase, uh and how we get to see these two characters. I really wish I had their names right now, but I really do like how we get to see these two characters. Once they finally meet each other, they're interacting, and like, it feels like they have so much in common, because they both were like abducted by aliens. So, which I guess is a spoiler, but they have so much in common with each other. It's just, it's really a movie that, it's not that hard to explain. I just don't want to spoil a lot, so I'm making it seem like it's hard to explain, but it's not that hard to explain. Definitely something I do recommend to check out in theaters. You can wait for it to come on streaming, but no, go watch it in theaters. You know what I'm saying? And this is something I would say, when you are watching this movie, you can be there with your homies, but don't take like your kid to watch this movie. You're probably going to be very distracted uh by them or by something. And this is a movie, definitely, I would say, you gotta like lock in. Okay, turn that TikTok brain off and turn on, I don't know, all those years you were in school brain on. Like I actually try to pay attention to what's going on because I really do feel like if you're not paying attention, you might lose interest or you might be confused of what's going on, and you will lose interest that way too. So, Disclosure Day, really great film, one of my top six films of the year, and right now it's tied, but who knows what could happen in the future. Yeah, next one on my list is Michael. You know what I'm saying? This is a movie that I believe is about to surpass billion, baby. It's finally about to surpass it. So all my hard work has paid off, man. Oh, voice crack. All my hard work has paid off. Michael is. It's just a time to be alive, man. This movie is. It's not out on streaming, I don't think, but I think it is out on some digital. I think it is out on streaming actually, but this movie is still in theaters. So if you haven't seen it in theaters, brother, I come on, bro. I don't know what y'all are doing. Y'all trying to make a brother lose the bet. But Michael is such a great movie. Jafar Jackson kills it at the he is Michael. Um there is a lot of stuff I've already talked about this movie plenty of times before. Um Even on the episode I did a breakdown review about it, but so I'm not going to go too deep into this, but yeah, Jafar Jackson does an amazing job. Can't wait for part 2 of Michael, which is probably going to be called Jackson. I'm calling it here. And yeah, only my only nitpicks here why it's not higher on my list. I needed more, man. Like this movie, this movie for me was long, but it didn't feel long. That was the issue. Like I needed more. I wanted to see more of Michael's life and more things like that. I loved when we more performances too. I love the Human Nature performance. Now so many people are glazing the song and acting like they were big fans when they probably couldn't name me 3 lines. So yeah, we need more performances like that, like Human Nature, Thriller, uh, Got Me Working, Day and Night or whatever that song is called. More stuff like that. We need more. Even the Beat It or Bad. Which one was it that he performed with the gang members? I don't remember if it was Beat It or Bad, but I'm pretty sure it was Beat It. Even more stuff like that that we didn't know before. I just need more in this second movie. And yeah, I really did like the ending where he finally let go of his dad. That is one of the best parts in the movie, you know. So yeah, if you haven't seen Michael, 1000%, I recommend to check this out. If you just like good movies and good music, check out this movie. Okay. Um, yeah, like I said, you can probably find it on some streaming platforms, but if you can't, it's still in theaters right now. Get yourself a ticket, get yourself some popcorn, and get yourself a white glove. The next thing that is on my list is the drama. I believe this movie is going to be released on HBO Max next month. If I'm wrong, whatever, I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure you can find it on streaming platforms, or it's already on HBO Max actually. But whether it is, whether it's not, man, y'all let me know down below. Check out the drama. I'm joking. I have more to say about that. I already talked about this movie. Another movie I talked about a lot, but this is such a great movie. One of the movies I was surprised when I watched this movie how good it was. Um, Zendaya and Robert Pattinson do a great job. Everyone in the film do a great job as their roles, but they definitely do. They definitely are the stars of this movie for a reason, and they do a great job. I don't know if I talked about the spoiler alert of it, but I guess you can tell by this photo, there's a little bit of spoiler alert. So I'm gonna do a partial. Nah, spoiler alert, bro. This movie's been out. Y'all see it, bro. April 3rd. Come on, man. Go watch this movie. I already talked about it. You should be watching every movie we talk about on here, man. Um, Pretty much what ends up happening is that girl in the bottom left corner. I hate that girl's character in this movie. Um, she pretty much they're revealing secrets, you know, that they said they will never tell anyone and ever, you know what I'm saying, right before they get married. And Zendaya's character ends up saying I planned a school shooting. And every single, I'm not laughing because she said that. I'm laughing because I thought about something that was in the movie. So go watch it. Everyone whose reaction was just like laughing, like, come on, man, we know you're joking. That's a weird joke, but we know you're joking. Besides her, she's just staring at her, and she's like, are you serious? And she's like, yeah, I planned a school shooting. And then they're like, but you didn't go through do it with it, you know? And she's like, no, I didn't. You know, I got cold feet. Someone else ended up shooting up the mall, so I just never went to shoot up the school. Uh, and that's right then and there when the drama starts. I'm not gonna spoil anything that happens after that, but I guess I just spoiled the whole point of what the drama is because they don't say this in the trailers at all. A lot of people were mad about the subject of her shooting up a school and how they were joking about it in some parts. Wham wham wubsy 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 wham wham, bro. It's a freaking great movie, man. The way Robert Pattinson's character is dealing with whether the entire time he's like, should I marry her now or should I not? I don't know what this brother's thinking, bro. You're freaking gonna marry her. I would marry her, bro. Like we've been together for how long? Like a year or so, and you found out that she was planning a school shooting, but then it ended up going through it. They talk about it throughout the film to where she explains so much about it, but for some reason in his head, he's just he can't fathom like he's dating a girl who planned on doing this. So I guess this will be the question of the day because I didn't have a question. This is gonna be a wild question. But if you found out your significant other or your girlfriend or the person you plan to date or marry, I mean, what I'm saying, whatever ends up happening in your relationship, if you find out they were planning a school shooting or something that immense of crazy, what would you do? You know what I'm saying? Kind of like that one TV show, What Would You Do? What would you do? You know what I'm saying? Do you think you could stay in a relationship with them? Or and let me add more context. If y'all have been dating for like over a year now, do you think you could stay in a relationship with them, or do you think you got to cut your ties there and just disappear in the night randomly? Okay, I already give y'all my take, brother. I'm not doing it. I'm staying with the girl. Like unless she freaking is still giving me school shooting tendencies, then I probably would like dip out and probably also call the cops. But other than that, nah, I don't think like this won't change my relationship. But yeah, let me know what y'all think, I guess, down below in the comments. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. But yeah, the drama is a great film. Great acting, great emotional parts. I really do like the flashback scenes of we see how Zendaya's character was raised and how she went from like a school threat to a school nuisance to an advocator for school peace and gun control, and to where she is now as a girl who's slightly deaf in her left or right ear. I don't know. But yeah, great movie. Um, and very a lot of drama in this movie. So if you want to watch this with someone you think that likes drama, watch it with them. Next one. What the frick? There's supposed to be more photos here. Hopefully this is the only one that's like that. Who cares, man? Next one is Obsession. We talked about this movie. Me and Ray, we talked about it so 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 much. If you don't get the reference, it's because you haven't seen the movie. Obsession is a great freaking movie. I believe somehow, some way, it's still in freaking theaters. So if you haven't seen the movie, check it out in theaters. You could probably find it on somewhere online, but this is a movie I definitely would recommend watching it out. It's one of the reasons why it might be Oscar nominated. It's made so much movie, one of the most profitable movies of all time, that it's guaranteed. At this point, it has to be win some sort of award, whether it's a Golden Globe and Oscars. Do they give out Emmys for this? Sure, I don't know. An Emmy, bro, like I don't freaking know, man. Just it has to win some award for this movie. Best original screenplay, best um actress performance or side actress, whatever the frick they're called. I don't watch award shows. But yeah. Indie performance amazing. I already talked about this on the Obsession episode. I'm not gonna go too deep in my bag, but does an amazing job with this role. Um, the other dude, I think his name is Teddy. Uh, we don't f with Teddy, but at the same time, things happen. You get a little desperate sometimes, right, guys? That was a joke, but yes, great movie. Definitely recommend for you to check it out. Um, Curry Barker or Baker, you know what I'm saying? My bad if I'm saying your name wrong, but can't wait for more future projects you have upcoming. I hear you're making a Texas Chainsaw. I think it's a movie or a TV show. Don't remember, but we did talk about it. So, but I'm pretty sure it is a movie series that he's making, another one, or it's a series, a show. I don't remember, guys. But whenever it comes out, definitely something I'm looking forward to watching. He's also making another movie with his homeboy that was in this movie. Uh, if the pictures were actually showing, y'all would have seen them, but I guess Zoom is copywriting me, so they're not showing the other photos I had. It happens to the best of us. But yeah, great film, and yeah, one of the greatest performances, one of the best scary movies of this year, arguably the best scary movie of this year, and definitely, if you still haven't seen this movie, I don't know what's wrong with you, man. Watch this freaking movie. It's so good. Okay. Obsession is my number 3 movie. If I didn't say what my number 4 was, it was the drama, by the way. But Obsession is my number 3 movie. And now we're moving on to the next one. Sorry if that was a little too short for you guys. Second one. They're also missing some pictures I've had here. What the frick? Why are my pictures not showing up? It's whatever, guys. It happens to the best of us. Zoom is copywriting me. Second one, or I just didn't save them correctly. So hopefully, bro, at this point, it happens to the best of us. My second one is Project Hail Mary. I said it already. My favorite score this year, which music, instrumentals, whatever the frick. Uh, this year when it comes to movies, Ryan Gosling kills it as his performance with my boy Rocky. Um, which, like I said, when I first watched the movie, I don't watch too many movie trailers. I watched the teaser trailer, I watched the official trailer, and then I probably watched the second official trailer. But usually after that, I usually stop watching trailers. But this is the movie I only watched the teaser and the official, and yeah, I didn't really remember Rocky being that much in the official or the teaser trailer. So when I watched this movie and I found out that he was there with another being, an alien, I guess you could say, of Rocky sorts, I was very surprised and I grew to love the character Rocky. He is the GOAT. And I hopefully this movie wins another award for that because Rocky is the freaking GOAT, man. If you haven't seen Project Hail Mary, it is on streaming. I believe you can rent it at this moment. I don't think it's in theaters anymore, but it is on streaming. Great acting. Um, just to give a little breakdown, I guess, of the movie, pretty much, um, Ryan Gosling is like a science teacher of some sort, and that girl in the top, I think that's right, yeah, top right, she finds him and wants to use his expertise at knowledge to figure out the earth is dying and they need like a better energy source because the earth is dying. I'm pretty sure it's an energy source. I honestly don't 100% remember, but they need something because the earth is dying. And she eventually has some astronauts that they're going to send into outer space, but I think something happens to one of the astronauts, so then they eventually have to send Ryan Gosling's character into outer space so he can do what he has to do. And it's such an emotional movie. The visuals, I don't know if y'all can see it, but y'all can barely see the background. I did that for on purpose, but I wish I could see the other photos. I don't know what's going on right now, but great visuals, great music with visuals. Um, it is a little slow start, so if you're watching the movie and you're like, man, this dude Mitchell's overhyping this. No, you know what I'm saying? Great things come to people who wait, man. And this is a great movie. I loved every single part of it. The ending is so beautiful and peaceful, man. Check out Project Hail Mary. if you have not so far. And my number one, actually, before we get into my number one, I'm gonna give y'all my biggest disappointment of the year when it comes to movies. Uh, it would be Wuthering Heights because that movie is the worst movie I watched, but I didn't have expectations for that movie. I didn't have big expectations for that movie, so I will not give it the number one spot. But it is probably it's number one worst movie I've watched this year, but it's not my most disappointed movie. My most disappointed movie is Scream 7. If you don't know why I hate that movie, watch that Scream episode. I talked way about it, way too much about it in that movie with an actual special co-star that we had on that movie. I mean, on that episode. So that was our first special guest. So if you haven't seen it, you might want to go back and check that episode out. You might be like, dang, they've grown so much with the quality that I don't want to watch this trash. So I don't blame if you don't want to watch that, that old episode. But if you do, check it out, man. It's a banger episode. We have a lot of hot takes in there too. So, and we also talk about ways to make Scream better in the future. But yeah, Scream 7 is my most disappointed movie of this year. I just watched Scream 6. And even though I still am not as big as a Scream 6 fan as probably most other people, it's not a bad film, okay? It's still at least a good film compared to... No, it's still a good film. I'm not even going to compare it to Scream 7. That movie's just horrible. But, yeah, Scream 7 is absolutely horrible. Already talked about this, but my ranking on the Scream movies, number one is my personal ranking. I'll do my personal ranking because F it, more of a hotter take, I guess. My personal ranking of the Scream movies is Scream 2, Scream 1, Scream 4, Scream 5, Scream 6, Scream 3, and then Scream 7 is in last place. So, yeah. But anyways, yeah, check out Project Hail Mary, man. That's my number 2. And moving on to the first one, drum roll, please. I'm not doing no drum roll. Does that sound like a drum roll? Sorry, guys. I have my mic in my other hand. That probably sounded crazy. Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen, bro. Oh my god, bro. Number one is freaking Send Help. I don't know what is going on right now with Google Slides, but my presentations went from dang, he's actually trying to this brother gave up. I actually was trying, bro. I don't know what's going on. I literally freaking just did this. I don't know why everything is not showing. Zoom is hoeing me. Zoom is censoring me. And yeah, but Send Help is currently on Disney Plus. You can watch it on streaming. It is my number one movie of the year. I talked about in early episodes how I went to the movie theater just to watch a movie. I was hustling, I guess I'll just say. And then in the middle of the night, I was just like, F it. Well, I was hustling on the road. And then eventually I was not home. So I was like, F it, I'm just going to go watch a movie. And this was the first movie I watched this year in theaters. And it was so freaking worth it, man. It was such a breath of fresh air when it comes to scary movies. Um, Scary movie thrillers. It's more of a thriller than a scary movie, but still thrillers are in that subgenre. But great freaking movie. The main lead roles. I wish my photos were actually showing up so y'all could see what I was talking about. But the main lead roles, the girl and the guy, kills it. That is not the lead role of the guy, by the way, but they both kill it in their. Let me see if I exit. Will it show up? Yeah, it's showing up right there. I don't know why it's. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys. Zoom is literally honing your boy, but because bro, they're like showing up right there, but this is weird, man. But anyways, Zoom is definitely honing your boy. I'm guessing Zoom is censoring some craziness. But anyways, um, sorry, I blanked out. Great, great, great film. I definitely recommend you should check it out. This girl is pretty much um not abandoned, but she's so now now you want to show up. Are you serious? Now you want to show up, bro. Oh my God. But yes, send help. Here it is, man, in all its glory. I don't know what was going on. I guess I just had to leave and join back. But yeah, Send Help is a great, 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 great movie. Let me stop saying great because maybe I'm gonna overhype it for some of you guys, but has so many twists and turns. I already talked about it, but my favorite scene in the movie is when it's the nighttime. They're both camping. They're both like, we're pretty much gonna be here for all our lives. So let's just start, talking to each other and explaining stuff of how we are. And he explains how his parents worked so much. That dude in the top right corner explained how his parents were working so much. They really didn't have time for him, and his tragic backstory of more stuff like that, and how he became the person who he is. And then in the bottom left corner, this girl, she's talking about how, yeah, she had a very abusive husband, and I'm just gonna stop there. Great movie. Watch it yourself. Send help. And yeah, now y'all can see the name Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. Bam! Thank you myself for being tech savvy. Great, 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 great film, man. I really, really do think if you have the time to check it out, even if you don't have Disney Plus, you can probably rent it out on YouTube or on Amazon. Um, Great film, and like I said, so many twists. Just watch the movie, man. It's so good. That ends it there, though. That is my top 10 films of 2026 so far. Next week, my brother Ray, what's up, Ray? He will be returning back for his top 10. He's working on it very, very hard. Uh, Trust me, guys, it won't be like his more anticipated movies he had for June. It won't be like that. He's working on it very hard. Probably not. I'm honestly just trolling right now. Hopefully, though, he actually does have a list and actually has some things to talk about. So, yeah, man, that is it. I hope you guys liked this session, this solo session of Mitchell Brown, the best newbie critic of all time. And yeah, man, like, subscribe, uh comment if you want to comment, share. People will apparently still be sharing in 2026, so share if you want to share. And yeah, that's where I'll end it here, man. See y'all later, man.